last week on stream. Both incredibly talented players. There should be an interesting matchup tonight.
3, 2, 1.
Looks like they opted for Demon Island, which is one of the fan favorites despite being one of the newer maps, due to the fact that it has no soft platforms and is a relatively flat map that a lot of players could just play without worrying about messing with the inputs on platforms. An anime fan is already starting off strong with his Val pick. Almost got the Gimp there, couldn't finish the deal. Kevin evening up the damage there. Kevin seems to be getting his bearings now, spacing much better on the orb. The beginning of the game didn't look so good for him, and now he's actually taking the damage lead. But on this map, the walls are so small that gimps are very possible and do happen pretty commonly, so damage isn't the only thing to watch out for here. Fan trying to keep him guessing by moving around a lot. Catches him trying to sneak back onto the stage and just gets his feet with the D-Light into the Seer true combo to finish off the stock. Gets a nice little bit of damage off the gauntlets and switches right back to the sword immediately. Seems like he's opting for the sword this tournament and this set. He's doing the most way for him. Hits him with a Seer. Sidelight Seer, true combo on orb, not enough to finish though. And Val is another legend with relatively high defense. Both legends playing right now have relatively high defense, so these stocks are being deleted much slower than they would have been on legends like Ada or Jala. Despite getting the stock, he's still in a very bad predicament here. He's gonna have to even up a lot of damage. Anime fan does not look determined to let that happen as he takes the stock before he gets the chance. Once again, Kevin looking to turn up, being down a whole stock. Hasn't taken any damage on this new stock and cast this curse because he just took a little bit of damage. He seems to continue to be taking damage. Light orange right now. Anime fan has a little bit to play around with here. And Kevin determined not to let him get any more as he finishes him off with the neutral stick on Thor's orb. Probably one of the best orb signatures in the game. Before it was nerfed. It was Thor's bread and butter, and for a long period of time they were known for getting back to the stage using the neutral sig due to its extreme range and priority, making it incredibly hard to F-guard. And once again, D-Light Seer, we see it killed twice in one match as Anime fan opts to use that to finish the game. It is a true combo and it's a really good option whenever you see somebody trying to sneak back to the stage recovering low. If Kevin's gonna want to win, he's gonna have to switch up his recovery back to stage because Anime fan is reading him like a book right now. Kevin switching it back up, showing us his Bryn like we saw last week. And now we're on small mammoths.
3, 2,
way
1,
huger
brawl.
kill zones. And Bryn is another legend with relatively high defense, so this should be a longer game. And he gets the two-piece, which isn't true. Anime fan keeps going for that read. I wonder how often that works for him. Because I don't recall it working too much in this set particularly, but he's the semi-pro here. Kevin looking much more poised in this match as he does have the damage lead, but it means nothing if he can't get the stock. Sheesh. 3 ground pounds back to back. He tried to make it 4, but Kevin was not going for that. And just like that, like I said before, it means nothing if you can't get the stock, and Kevin's proving my words right. Now he's in red and kill percentage as well. It'll be interesting to see if he'll be able to, take the lead back. And he does after just taking the stock with the neutral stick on Bryn's X. But he's relatively damaged, and as you can see, that unarmed neutral stick almost was enough to kill, so that just goes to show you how damaged he is. And there he goes again with the D-Light Sayer on sword, true combo, really efficient at killing off the sides of the stage, which he does. But the Sayer tries to go for the side stick, doesn't connect. Ooh, reversing an edge guard situation, looking like he's trying to finish it. Unable to do so though, as Kevin makes it back to stage. These dudes have spent a lot of time on the side of the maps, trying to get quicker kills on each other. For Kevin though, he knows it's unwise to continue to do so against a weapon as fast as sword, and is so good off stage. X has the potential to go off stage, but is nowhere near the same magnitude as sword when it comes to off stage play. And I think Kevin realizes that, which is why he's opting to stay on stage. But I'm not so sure he's able to do that against Anime Fan here. Just like that, Anime Fan, seamlessly takes back the lead. It really never felt like he was losing except for the first 15 seconds of the game. And now he's positioned himself to win this game as well. We'll see if Kevin has anything to say to that. Kevin Asair bringing Anime Fan into the red off stage, giving him stage control, but the impatience got to him. Gets the same situation twice. This time he caught him sleeping with Asair. D-Light Sayer once more, this time not a kill option. Goes for it again, inching him closer and closer to death. And that's looking really bad for Kevin. He's either got to make an adjustment this game or next game, because right now this game looks kind of null and void here. D-Light recovery, like I said before, these legends have lots of defense, and this is a very huge map, so it's going to take longer to kill, like I mentioned previously. Even the Sayer wasn't enough to kill, and just look at their health. Had to die due to running out of options and not just a kill confirm right there. It just shows you how big that map's kill zones are. Kevin probably thinking about what he's gonna do here. Anime Fan locked back into the vow once again, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now he's 2-0 against Kevin, looking to make it 3-0 and move on. Kevin leaving Demon Island open, this time getting rid of Small Mammoth. I don't think he liked taking forever to make it back to stage, and they're going right back to Demon Island again. A solid pick. One of those maps that you can't really blame the map for your losses. It's just it's as even and fair as it gets for that map. So
3, 2, 1.
Some people like it over Small Brawl, which used to be a fan favorite, still is to this day. But just because it has bigger kill zones, people don't feel as though they die as fast. Kevin starting off strong once again, but he did that last game. In order to impress the crowd, you're gonna have to finish it. Nair into recovery, elevator. Like I said before, you gotta finish it. Anime Fan has positioned himself to take this stock before Kevin gets the chance. And we know what happens whenever Anime Fan gets the first stock. He runs with it. Ground pound, unfortunately it pushed him upwards. melee into Sayer. Not enough to kill, but D like into ground pound is. Just like that, he takes the first stop. Kevin's looking to finish his stock. He's got to do so quickly before Anime Fan gets another quick burst of damage like he did the past 2 games. It's looking like a bad matchup for him. Personally, as an Axe man, I know how much I hate doing gauntlets or katars into Axe just because of the dead zones. Like I said before, Anime Fan likes to run with these types of stock leads, so it could easily be an even game. It becomes a much more longer game. Beautiful, beautiful dash dodge to avoid getting hit and to get even more damage on. He's trying to hold on to this stock for dear life. Sheesh, like this dude has ultra instinct as he dodges a near fatal attack again. And just like that, he takes another stock. It's 3-1 right now. Anime Fan and kill percent, but Kevin just looking unable to finish him. Three-piece true combo right there coming out from Anime Fan. Guaranteed damage. Love to see it. Hate to feel it. Yeah, this set is looking like it's over. Anime Fan. Very much a mental one. Despite taking that stock, he's down 0-2 right now on his final stock. This is this set stock right now. He'll have to go to losers, get another chance, but I mean, Anime Fan that 2 sets to win. Just like that, he takes the game and the set. Anime Fan's moving on. Alright.
Bro, my bad.
Custom.
So here we got Mr. Carrot versus Codcap inside of losers right now. I had the luxury of watching Mr. Carrot earlier. He was looking really good, but he went up against Anime Fan, who is no joke and will have some of the best players looking silly. So, you know, there's only so much you could do there. But Codcap, I've never heard of this player, but if he's made it this far, it's for a reason. You see the level 55 Yumiko, he's not new to this. He's true to
this.
Him in a really good spot right now. But obviously he didn't just pick up this legend. So this should be an interesting matchup here.
Three, two, one, brawl.
Looks like both players opted for small mammoth. We'll see how this one goes. We've seen a lot of small mammoths these past tournaments. It is a fan favorite maps inside of tournaments.
Hello?
Yeah.
Is that a tournament? What? Oh, you just stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
You finished. Yeah. Are you gonna go somewhere with that? But you're like, he's just like tournament. Just like, huh? Okay. Look at them both rocking the black colors. They are on legends that they're comfortable with. Level 25.
Most definitely.
Mr. Carrot taking their first stock pretty easily. Little to no damage on their first stock, and Codecap is just piling on that extra damage from Mr. Carrot, and there it is, another one. Mr. Carrot looking comfortably in this one. He's gonna take this.
I don't think he even got touched on that stock, Smacks.
Smacks? Indeed. Mr. Carrot did the smexing. Oh, he's taunting.
That looked like it was a misinput, but it's funny either way.
I don't know, man. That cocky nature will get you rocked.
Stunting on the stream.
Ooh, oh, that's gonna cost him his life. No.
It looked like it too, I thought so as well. But Mr. Carrot got a bag of tricks, loves to save his recovery options.
That's it right there.
Double and gets the 3 stock.
Player one wins.
Now that's how you
Codecap was not edge guarding when Mr. Carrot messed up that deer. That could have been an easy kill.
Most definitely. Mr. Carrot showing off for the stream. This is how you become a fan favorite. Forcing Codecap off of his Yumiko onto his Koji, and shoot, I'd switch off like this if that just happened to me too. So
Indeed. A nice 3-star for the win. He has to change something up. He's sticking with the bow, but swapping hammers to sword.
Most definitely. Like you said, you got to switch something up. Like I always say, I used to tell Einstein this back in the day, but the definition of insanity is when you do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So he had to change something up. He chose to change the legend and the map up. Um, this legend also has black. So he's played this game for quite a bit. So we're going to Demon Island, which is another map we've seen a lot
Three,
in this
two,
tourney particular.
one, brawl.
You know, it's a pretty solid map. You know, there's no excuses, no platforms, decently sized kill zones, just YouTube badly.
It's straight 1v1. No outmaneuvering with platforms. It's just pure. Well, I wouldn't say skill because using platforms to your advantage is skill.
Right.
So it's just a straight up 1v1 brawl. Just you and your opponent licking at each other at all times.
No doubt about that. Codcap seems to be a little bit more comfortable on this map. Damage for the most part is pretty even. He looks more comfortable on this legend as well. Maybe, you know, the matchup just was a problem for him because this legend is significantly under leveled than his Yumiko, but seems to be doing much better on this one.
Yeah, Koji's just a good all-around legend. Level 35, you can tell he's been playing this for a while. He also has block on this one.
Yep.
And he's giving Mr. Carrot a little run for his money this time. It's not a little more easy for Mr. Carrot, as you can see. Stocks are really close. And there it is.
Damage close. But can he make it back? And
Going for the double, but didn't even matter.
that was enough to take that stock.
You can tell Cold Cap is going to be looking for a cure early on here.
Yep, got to. And he gets it with the dare quickly off stage, annihilating Mr. Carrot's first stock. Game's even once more. Carrot looking to get a weapon, and he does. Beautiful read coming out. Didn't get too much off of it though, but he gets some off of that.
Nice damage. Cold Cap is just dodging up, and Mr. Carrot can see it. Getting all these extra punishes.
Goes for the D6, gets a small little punish. Could have probably went for a little bit more if he was more prepared for it. Mr. Carrot still having the damage lead here. Risky ground pound and gets punished for severely with the side sig. Now he's being edge guarded. Is this enough to kill? Not enough. Mr. Carrot then switches the positions. Beautiful D-stick coming out. He knew Mr. Carrot had to come up and just timed it so well. But Mr. Carrot says too little too late as he gets the ground pound to go and finishes that stop.
Man, that was a tough angle to get. And Cold Cap using an unusual method to get back, using a flash step on sword to hit Mr. Carrot and touch at the same time. Now, that's truly unique. But Mr. Carrot is just taking away this lead now. Weapon serving Cold Cap. Cold Cap finally got a weapon. Ooh. Is this it? No. And Cold Cap getting the kill with full recovery.
So here we got Mr. Cap in red right now on his last stock. Does manage to get the kill like Smacks just said with the recovery, but I mean Mr. Carrot, when he's aggressive, he's a dangerous force, especially when you're this low. But it could also be his undoing if he goes for something too risky and Cod Cap punishes it. So we'll see how this turns out. Whew. Almost gets hit with the end sig, but catches it with the nair.
Is that it? That is it. Mr. Carrot taking
Player
the game
one wins.
2-0 from Cod Cap. And he will be moving on to quarterfinals where he's gonna fight Tasker.
Custom.
best of 3 and losers. Both players obviously want to keep on going. They've came this far. None of them are looking to go home early. But this is only a best of 3, so you got to come strong from the beginning. You don't have as much time to adjust as you would in the best of 5. So I assume Mr. Kira is gonna go a Mirage. It seems to be one of his favorite picks to use. In previous tournaments, we have seen him bust out the Val though in dire circumstances. Not really familiar with Taskin, but I am familiar with the clan, OxyClean. So, you know, I'm sure he has something to bring as he's made it this far in the tournament.
Are they gonna pick their characters? Oh, here it is.
Mirage versus Val.
Val?
88 Mirage. This should be an interesting fight. Mr. Carrot obviously is very experienced with a Mirage himself. Maybe it'll help him, maybe not. We'll find out though. Really surprising to see another level 88 Mirage. Haven't seen such high level Mirages in a minute besides Mr. Carrot. So
This is getting interesting. I was really hoping to see a Ditto match. Mr. Kara's Mirage is probably like something, I believe.
Yeah, I was also hoping
go.
to get Ditto match as well. I actually thought we were going to, and then I got duped out by the Val. Taskin gets first weapon not long before Mr. Carrot gets his own as well.
Okay, he's outspacing him with the scythe. Mr. Carrot just running into these attacks. Oh. Task is just taking it really slow. Mr. Carrot is the only one approaching. Going for a little more passive playstyle.
Taskin with a slight damage lead. Mr. Carrot looking to even it up. Both players look pretty evenly matched right now. Just judging based off on Taskin's, the option he chooses, the way he moves around Mr. Carrot, I can tell he's definitely a really solid diamond. Mr. Carrot just dominating the floor as he gets the D-light as soon as he touches the floor into the recovery. You could tell how damaged he was because this map has high kill zone over the top, so just shows you how damaged he was. Mr. Carrot looking to make some damage here, obviously, but maybe he's looking for the gimp. Looking for a little bit too much, as the level 88 Mirage takes that stock.
That was overcommitting. He should have just got that ground pound and went back. But I could see though, he was on a very he was very high damage. So if he got that gimp, that would have been huge for him.
Yes,
I do see where he's coming from.
Definitely see both sides, but I'm sure he's beating himself up over it just as much as we are. Mr. Carrot still looking to apply some pressure here.
Yeah, he's been applying pressure this whole game. Tass is punishing Mr. Carrot's misses excellently, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Taskin has probably missed in single digits, I should say. He takes that stock pretty quickly. It feels like we were just talking about how Mr. Carrot lost his first one and now he's lost his second.
Yeah. This has been a really slow game, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
And you think at such high tier gameplay such as this, it'll be a little more faster.
Hey, don't judge a book by its cover. Some players like to take this meticulously.
And Tass is just picking apart Mr. Carrot with his scythe. Is that it? Mr. Carrot gone? There it is. A nice 2-0 for Tass as he polished Mr. Carrot with his scythe. Let's see, Mr. Carrot. Is Mr. Carrot gonna switch up his pick and go to Mirage Ditto?
But yeah, Taskin really talented, really really solid player as we just seen game one. That valve didn't work. We'll see if Mr. Carrot is gonna switch or if he's gonna keep rocking with it. He does have a little pool of characters that he could use. Now with Great Sword allowed in tournaments, he does have the J-Yun under his belt. I'm not sure how confident he feels in it though. Probably thinking it over right now.
Yeah, he needs to get this pick right. After all, it's the best of 3. Alright, there he is. He's picking his fate.
Taskin, I wonder how much he has to think about. I mean, he just won the game pretty convincingly. Either that or he's just doing something. Taskin as the veteran of Asgard 1. So both players are first-year players. You know, I don't know about the people watching, but that's motivation to me. As a plat striving to become diamond, both of these players are players that have, obviously became really good in the short amount of time they've played. So both playing like they've been in this for a few years. Taskin opting to keep his Mirage, which makes sense. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But Mr. Carrot decided he was gonna change because something was broke, so he went with defeat. So we're going to small man.
3, 2,
I believe this is the map.
Brawl.
No. Did they come to this map ever?
I believe so.
Probably thinking about the last step.
That's just throwing away his weapon. This Carrot has an excellent shot. Oh, he got the weapon.
Looks like he wanted the sight.
Ooh, his orb is probably a good counter pass, using Dare to keep him away when he's loading and start up restrain. I said Dare, I mean he like.
Damage is pretty much even right about now. Gets the recovery. Sakura making it back to the stage, using that recovery in the wisest position, knowing that he has nothing to contend with. He went for the recovery. And risky ground pound and he punished himself for that. Overcommitment seems to be something Sakura struggles a lot with.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to know when to back off.
Yeah. I get it. You don't like passive or slow, meticulous gameplay. You like to get out there and play for the fans, but sometimes it's good, like Smack said, to dial it back. Get your hits, get out. But doesn't matter too much as Mr. Carrot is able to even up the stock pretty quickly. Doesn't take any damage from trying to weapon starve, and now has the weapon advantage. But not long after, Taskin gets his weapon as well. Both players whiffing a lot right now. Mr. Carrot breaks the ice with a near.
Taz looking for these weapon throws to connect, to probably chain off with them. Trying to go for the GC side stick again because it hit the first time. But Miss Carrot probably predicted it and I hopped over it. Taz is just jumping over Mr. Carrot's attacks. Mr. Carrot getting in some more damage after he didn't have a weapon. Trying to keep it as close as possible.
He's doing a pretty good job at that, as damage is pretty much even here. Both players going for something that would put them in a great position to get the stock lead here. Mr. Carrot has the lead, throws away both weapons though, but it was enough as he does take that stock. He's gonna need to get some damage here in order to put himself in a much better position than he is right now. Just about anything will kill him right now.
Is that it? Nope, Mr. Carrot's still struggling to live.
Beautiful recovery.
And there it is. Task can finally find the kill using Spear Seer. And he has the opportunity to take this game away with the weapon card. But Lisa Carrot is just using unarmed to just keep him away. Looks like this game may go down to the wire. Taskin is just using side stick. I'll say Lisa Carrot going for the second ground pound. Like I said, overcommitting. Oh, and that may be it right there. And there it is. Taskin is moving on.
Player 2 wins.
It was a good one for Mr. Carrot, but the overcommitting got him killed. And Taskin saw the opportunity and threw his weapon.
It's gotta be painful for Mr. Kid. This came this far only to lose it like that. There were times where he looked to, be in charge and just loses it due to overcommitting. It's something that he'll definitely work on, knowing the type of player he is.
Custom.
That's gonna be let known when his opponent is ready. Most players would just went into it regardless. Shadow Jesus is taking a while to think about what he wants to do, but I don't blame him. This could be the difference between being 1-0 and 0-1. So.
Picking between Small Enigma or Crystal Temple.
Personally, I think the better option here is Small Enigma, and he goes with it. It's a really good map for X if you know what you're doing. You get a 3-piece true combo. Side light near into D light if you use the soft platforms.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
There we are. Shadow Jesus using the axe nearing to catch Taskin's jumps. Surprised that neutral sync didn't hit.
Yeah, that was right there. I'm sure that that mummy felt the heat.
Got his rags burning a little bit.
Yep, catching fire a little bit. Have to pat that out.
Ooh, catching in there while sliding off the map. Ooh,
He's going into the ground pound. That is one pain that all Brawlhalla players can relate to. When the person goes for the ground pound and you go into it, coming off the wall, costing him the stock there. I don't think Shadow Jesus is sweating it as.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's been phased by that. He's so smooth, and there it is. A nice ground pound. And his movement is just so silky smooth.
That's one I picked up as well. He seems to move extremely well with the axe. Could definitely learn a thing or two from his usage of mirrors.
He just stood there.
I think he expected it to just kind of go through and get punished, but that obviously didn't work out. Ooh.
They just had to twice, but he still managed to get back. Shadow Jesus was not edge guarding that.
It might be as I'm coming right here as he is behind damage wise. Ooh, that was a nice little maneuver. Wasn't able to connect, but sheesh. You know, Shadow Jesus just popping off on the X right here. Able to take the stop.
He read the dodge in and up. Caught it with the neutral state, killing him. Now he's probably gonna go guitars to rack up some damage. Is that it? Ooh. Surviving. He's probably gonna go for another one. Yes, he did. Oh, now Tasking is just aiming. You can tell he's desperate for this kill. Shadow Jesus, he's just playing his game now as he just racks up the damage. Has stage control and weapon control.
Oh, did he touch?
Oh, yep.
Shadow Jesus here with a pretty convincing lead. Is that enough? Just barely, as he did go into the magnifying glass. Goes for the egg drop into the dare right there. He missed the dare though. Shadow Jesus.
Man, optimal edge guard.
With the weapon throw. Can't even call that a weapon throw with the weapon drop downwards.
Just let gravity do his thing.
Yep. Showing out for banana bread. Taskin opting to stick with the Mirage. I wonder if he's one of those players that invested most of his time into one legend, therefore has no really pocket picks to kind of bust out when things aren't going well. All right, so here we are on Small Mammoth, probably the most popular map in GWE tournaments here. But we'll see who it'll benefit more here, as Mirage does get the weapon first, gets a little bit of damage off. Shadow Jesus though not scared to use his hands. Gets the guitars first. Doesn't chuck it away like a lot of other players do when they have a dominant weapon. And it's looking pretty good for him as he is getting quite a bit of damage off right now. here. Both players looking to take a stop. Bless you.
Thank you.
D-Light's here, not enough to kill though.
Taskin is keeping up, but then again, it was like this the first stock. Taskin got the first stock, so we never know what may happen in the second stock. That's the real game changer.
That's very
Taskin's
true.
taking it.
I feel as though we see that quite a bit though, Smacks, inside of this tournament in particular, where a player will take the first stock. We don't need to even bring up Radish versus can't even remember who the victim was, but when
The victim. And now they're just gliding past each other. None of them hitting each other. Oh, and there it is, finally a hit. But nothing to chain off of it. There it is. Shadow G is taking their first stock. Well, not taking the first stock. Well, taking Taskin's first stock. Finally, he was struggling. Taskin was in barbecue red. And now he can finally start working on the second stock. Taskin barely got any damage on Shadow Jesus' second stock though. So maybe he can turn this around once again. And yeah, here it is. Taskin is just popping off with his axe. It's just so hard. Taskin is just having a hard time keeping up. We're using a down. I was about to say down stage. The hammer, not hammer, the helicopter, down helicopter, to throw Shadow Jesus off. True combo, all damages.
all damages. Like we said before, Taskin did have the stock lead, and you know now it's even once again.
It's the axe, man. He can't keep up with his axe. And there he just threw his weapon for no reason, honestly. He's probably having a hard time approaching.
But that's what happens when you don't do it often.
Oh dang. Calling Taskin passive.
Hey,
Oh, it's true though. If you don't approach all the time, then you start approaching, you know how to. So
the game's incredibly even right now. Both players just looking to take the second stock. Huge map and small mammoth fortress. Don't get fooled by the name. But Taskin manages to take the kill with the D6 on spear. I mean, yeah, on spear. Yeah.
no, I'm sorry.
Oh, it was on spear.
You got it right the first time. It was in your thought. It's like when you bubble.
Like he tossed that so fast.
When you bubble the right answer the first time, but then you erase it, bro. I understand. I understand.
The worst
It's a different brain.
like, nah, teach. No, I really got a 70, but I changed my answer.
I'm like, dang it.
You
How do
see
you think the
that,
teachers
right?
feel when they see the eraser mark? Just like, dang, he got it right too.
Honestly. But,
And now we're back to Shadow Jesus just axing out of Taskin. As you can see from the previous axes, just can't keep up, man.
yeah, so I don't want to mention though from Shadow Jesus's axe gameplay, like a lot of other players who use axe. Whenever he gets too close with the sidelight, he'll fade outwards into the nair because it's way more consistent and reliable than the D-light is. Because the D-light will drop at random times, however the nair is way more consistent because it covers a broader area. Taskin, however, takes game to making this a much more interesting set. Shadow Jesus and Taskin looking to keep things the same here, legend-wise.
Yeah, while you were talking, Taskin did kind of pop off with this spear. Down sig on sight, and then went to down like to tear on the spear. And then he saw that beautiful edge guard at the end.
Three, two, one,
Alright.
brawl!
Here we are at game 3. Whoever wins this moves on into the tournament. Whoever loses it gets eliminated from the tournament. And they're going on a map that they haven't played before. Taskin dropping the double D light. and Shadow Jesus is able to punish that. Oh, and that made it beautiful edge guard.
The full package, taking the stock while remaining in light yellow himself. Probably heard what I said, tried to shut me up. Well, it's working. I'm speechless right now. Shadow Jesus doesn't seem like the player though to waver after losing stocks early. Yeah, you know, doing pretty well right now. Getting the damage back pretty quickly, but same could be said for Taskin. He has them in dark orange already.
Oh, 9-3. Taskin, not Taskin. Shadow Jesus finally getting the first stock from Taskin. But Taskin did put quite a bit of damage, so honestly, probably a D-Light Sierra can kill on this map. And there it is. Ooh, like double D-Light into recovery, getting a little fancy with it.
That was 1 stock to 2. Tasking barely any damage on this stuff. Gets the read.
Honestly, Shadow Jesus needs to just do something big to get back. Or Taskin is just gonna go away, just fly away.
Speaking of flying away, I'm pretty sure his emblem was the eagle one. So I'm pretty sure he knows the two thing about flying away with leads.
Ooh, the egg drop. Made by Egg Soup. And Taskin moving on. Shadow Jesus eliminated. And Taskin will be fighting Kevin. Kevin is the person who too old to Raiders. The person who on a win streak, a 3-tournament win streak, and Kevin too old him. So Taskin has a beast coming to him, or him going to him.
Custom.
Kevin versus Taskin. We've seen Kevin over these past few weeks. He's obviously a very solid player. We always see him inside of the stream every week. Versus Taskin, a newcomer inside of the stream. This should be an interesting fight, as we have seen Taskin go hard on the Mirage, but interestingly enough, he's on the Hattori, which is level 55, and opts for the speed stance, making him the fastest legend in the game.
Three, two, 1, brawl!
Turn off the game, turn on small brawl. My favorite map personally. Gets games done quickly. Kevin here playing the defensive as Taskin is like a complete different player. He's just going for it.
What's so different about that, huh?
Oh, because last game he wasn't going for it. But Kevin now with the stage control, looking to capitalize off of it, goes for the GC Sig, unable to connect.
I'm just waiting for Kevin's axe.
Yeah, that's really the show here. But I'm sure he didn't want to disarm himself on the map so small where he could have run away, especially from a 9-speed Hattori. And just like that, Taskin takes away Kevin's first stock. Still in light orange, could make a lot of damage here. Now we have Kevin on his signature axe right here.
Will we be able to do anything, or Taskin just expand the lead?
And I was able to take the first stock with the sail right there, but he's in light orange, or you can say dark yellow. He's gonna have to make it up. He's on track though. Gets the true combo right after the end light. Avoids the hits. Gets the dare. And gets the true combo again.
Kevin is catching up with the damage.
Plays with him on the ground, making it seem as though he'll just be waiting there and then goes for the recovery. That was extremely fast, and it takes out Taskin's stock. A small bar Haven, that's not uncommon to see.
Wow. Dodging too early, but that didn't kill.
There it is. One stock even. Damage is basically even as well. Coming out from Taskin here, doesn't get too much damage off of it, but he does get some time to gather himself and catches the dodge prior to knowing that he could go for the double right, which he does. It finishes it off with a true combo here. Nice little 3-piece coming out from the X. Ooh, tries to get a little cheeky with that DC there. Not able to get it out here.
It's been just destroying Kevin all game.
Gotta be careful for that ground pound.
Ooh, bouncing off the
Player
map.
2 wins.
A little bit more to the right, and he would have been saved. Taskin switching it up after winning on the Hattori. Maybe he felt as though it wasn't a clean enough win for him, so he's opting to go into a legend with more speed, well, less speed, but more defense and attack. And way less dexterity here. But it's very rare that we see the winner switching off of their legend. Usually if it ain't broke, you don't fix it, but maybe Taskin is looking to keep him on his toes with a new weapon in the bow.
And Sigs.
And 6 as well.
Three, two, one, brawl!
Back on Small Bar Haven though.
I don't know why Kevin came back to this map. This is map he lost in.
Maybe he likes this map a lot, and if it's open, he's gonna take it.
Kevin starting off with the axe. In the last game, he started off with the spear. But maybe he may gain the lead this time. Because last game, Kevin was just not on the axe as much as we would like him to be. I want to see some axe gameplay. And there it is, getting the gimp.
Barely took any damage to that stock. He's still on his still on light orange, well dark orange now.
Alright, now Taskin is bringing the cold. Oh, going for 2. Uh-oh, that's a punish.
Oh, almost guessed again.
As we've seen when Taskin was in the character selection screen, his Kai was level 66. And I know it's not all spear. I want to see some bow action from Taskin. I want to see why he picked this over the Tori and dang Seraph to kill. Even with Kai's high defense, small Brawlhaven doesn't care.
Like you said, small Brawlhaven is no respecter of your stats. It'll take you out the game and quick. Even if you're the person with the low attack or high defense, it doesn't matter. Anything can happen on small Brawlhaven.
Taskin is trying to find his sig. There it is.
They're there to finish up the first stock of Kevin here. Kevin looking way more poised on this match. Like Smack said, it could be the fact that he started off with the axe this time around. Didn't really see him on spear this game, which could be an indicator that he's just way more comfortable on the axe, which you've seen in previous tournaments. The axe seems to be his best weapon. Avoids the ground pound coming out from the bow here, and then punishes it with a dare of his own.
Wow.
Player one
That game
wins.
was just,
One-sided.
yeah. Kevin dominated that one. Maybe Taskin will go back to Dory. I guess he did.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm not really sure why he switched off in the first place. I mean, no, could be to keep things fresh, but no, it was a pretty good win. So we'll see if they'll go back to the same map again. But I'm pretty sure Kevin will go back, considering the fact he just won on it. And if he won on it when he lost, why not go on it when you lose? So they'll be going back to small Brawlhaven. Everything right now is looking like, the game that Taskin won. We'll see though,
3, 2,
if the theory
1,
of Smacks is
brawl.
correct, if like all it takes is him starting with that. So he got the spear just like last time. Ooh. Everything's looking the same, like when Taskin won. Kevin got the spear again. We kind of know who the more superior spear player is. But,
Maybe Kevin's trying to prove himself.
I'm not mad at it. You can't get too far playing just one weapon on the legend. Kevin's doing pretty good though. Risky D6 gets punished for it slightly.
But if Kevin had that D6, Taskin's color would have changed immediately. Kevin's on the axe now.
Sheesh.
Maybe we could do some rude damage on the seconds. Taskin needs to find a kill.
Not enough to kill, surprisingly, on the small brawl. But it could be a combination of the low attack of Vittori and the high defense of Bryn. Doesn't matter though, he gets the kill off of the dare on sword. Doesn't get to get too much damage though but he might on the unarmed. Unable to do so on the axe previously though.
Kevin, with the lead, unspared, probably gonna find a neutral sig to kill Task. And Task is on the sword. He may probably prefer stare, and who just lost his weapon. Kevin might name. We had another sword stocked up. And now this is just a classic edge guard situation we see all the time.
Both players playing extremely cautious due to the fact that both are in kill percentage on small Brawlhaven.
What a read.
And Kevin takes the stock with the recovery.
Oh, and this is gonna be cute punish. Ooh. Kevin, I don't know what that was. And Taz getting the kill.
You know, that's an interesting read Kevin went for. It can cover quite a bit of dodges if you know, drift correctly. Obviously, Kevin didn't drift in the correct direction and ended up getting punished for it.
No, Taz is literally just juggling weapons, making sure he doesn't get his weapon. And that's probably the best play.
Kevin was looking good in the beginning, but there it is. Game 3 goes to Taskin. 2 games in a row for him. Oh well. No, Kevin won.
Not in a row.
Yeah,
2 games, but not in a row.
Yeah, 2 games. 2 games for Taskin, not in a row. Best of 3 though. So Kevin has a chance. This is tournament game for him though. Taskin seems to be thinking about it. Wonder if he'll, you know, try to switch things up again despite winning.
Again on the same map, on the same character. No, I just don't think he should. And there he is. Same with the Tori.
Smart move as he has won 2 games on the same legend. Kevin though looking like he'll switch to counter pick it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about counter picking in these types of situations. I feel as though it's an easy solution. Just put on blind picks. Like it's just that easy. I just feel as though it's way more fair. But you know, it does make it interesting, I guess, being able to counter pick legends. It's like Taskin's thinking about it. Went straight back though to the small bar Haven against the Thor. Interesting that Kevin keeps leaving it open though, because you know, yeah, he might have more defense, but this is still small bar Haven we're talking about here.
Maybe Kevin could last long until he has little to no attack. And seeing how Thor has so much defense, it may take Task a little long to kill.
True. And then he has to hammer, so you get lots of good damage off here. And pretty decent signatures. You guys here coming off from the hammer. True combo. Use her both killing and getting pretty good damage in. Risky edge guarding the hammer like that in such a vertical motion.
Oh my god, that Task was just so.
Yeah, punished her severely with the Seiya.
Task is looking for a kill. And Kevin is gonna get a nice punish off that GC6. Fantastic. Good touch.
Alright, so Taskin up in a stick on the spear as he tries to weapon starve Kevin here. Kevin looking much better on this door though. Maybe the defense and the weapon is exactly what he needed here.
Orb is a really good weapon for attacking and playing neutral. And then he's gonna switch to hammer to get a better option to kill. I don't know, Task is just throwing out these weapons.
And there it is, the Nair coming out from hammer enough to take him out.
Ooh, nice. Baiting Task to take the weapon, but catching him with the down sweep.
Kevin looking like he's trying to extend this set and potentially win it. as he does have Taskin in orange currently. Well, he still has 2 of his stocks, and now in red. And yep, takes it to game 5.
Player 1 wins.
First game 5 we've seen on stream. And Kevin quick to go back to the store, as it did work for him in that game. Pretty convincingly as well.
Taskin going for the Kaya. I'm not sure why he picked the Kaya, even though he did lose with it. Maybe he would have went with Mirage, seeing how he's Mirage mostly for this tournament. But I guess he just didn't believe that his scythe was good enough for Kevin.
Alright, so Small Brawlhalla finally gets struck out. After 4 games being played, going to both players equally. Really thinking about it here. These 4 maps alive. Looks like we're going to Apocalypse. Very tiny map, but it has pretty huge kill zones. I wonder if Kevin's thinking that with his defense, if he's on the back end of attack, he won't go flying too far to where he'll just drift out into death.
And Kevin is spacing out Taskin just like the previous game. Maybe Taskin needs to switch to bow, because this matchup is not going in his favor. But he refuses. Oh, maybe Taskin. Oh, Taskin was making the cut, but he just got this on. A nice neutral stick from Taskin.
Really goes for it, almost gets himself kills because of it, but like I mentioned before, has high kill zones and wide kill zones, so not to mention Thor's defense.
Taskin is just sigging it up. He really wants his kill, and that's gonna cost him.
Sometimes better safe than sorry.
And there it is, another optimal push. Taskin is just probably the pressure is getting to him, and he's making a lot of unoptimal decisions right now. And Kevin is just graciously taking Taskin's bad options and just going with it. Kevin is just on the orb and Taskin is on the spear. This matchup has been going on for about 2 games now, and I don't know why Taskin is sticking to the spear. It hasn't been in his favors in all the past 2 games. So maybe, just maybe, he can try switching it up. But it doesn't even matter because he threw the spear and Kevin just switched to the hammer, so just changing the matchup completely. Wow, a nice slide off the ledge into a side here. That was so smooth. Taskin probably didn't see that coming. It was just too fast to make it out. Mr. Wonderful, man. He does things that makes you question that he's really human.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to read Taskin. Like, he switched legends on him and continues to play the spirit despite getting shredded on it if they're getting franked. It's just...
As the Minecraft player says, they get railed. And honestly, that just sounds dirty, but you know, they say it so.
Can't believe I just got railed.
Tasking is just getting so desperate, using so many things, man. And I think he should start playing the patient game and actually start reading his opponent, and that may be it. Probably gonna go for the seer. Kevin just looking nice on this, on his second stock. Tasking finally ready to opt to kill because he's using Kaya, so you know Thor has just naturally so much defense already. So I don't know what Chaskin's pick was when he decided to counter pick, and there it is. Mr. Wonderful is going to fight Anime Fan in the grand. Chaskin is being eliminated, finishing in third, which is a pretty good place. And this is the first time I've ever seen Chaskin in a tournament. It's a pretty good debut, honestly.
Yeah, did pretty good. It looked like he could have won this game, but I really feel he's still switching to the Kaya cost him.
Custom. Three, two, one, brawl!
Versus Kevin here. It's not aiming more. Kevin on the through that's been working for him so much. I've never seen this X, or maybe it's just like the legend with the X that makes it seem so weird to me. But we have Anime Fan here versus Kevin. Both players looking to play really even right now. Damage is even. Stock's even.
Yeah, bro. An Anime Fan saying, "Give me your stock." And Kevin, to Kevin, they switch to guitars to get some nice little chip damage, or even take the stock.
Anime Fan has been on a tear all tournament. I always wonder whether or not like the time off like affects players, but it doesn't usually seem to affect people inside the winning bracket. Sheesh. Doesn't chase dodge the correct way and ends up, not being able to make it back. So now he's down 3-1 stocks right now. Anime Fan is in red, but with guitars against unarmed, it's a pretty bad matchup for him. But he did manage to get the hammer, anime fan playing it safe, trying to catch him off guard, and ends up getting himself killed prematurely. It's kind of weird to say prematurely considering the fact that he was in dark red, but I'm sure he could have got more damage in if he had been a little bit more patient.
Yep.
Picking up the
Fan. Honestly, Enemy Fan is just some. I don't want to do Kevin dirty, but Enemy Fan is probably just gonna take this game easily.
Yeah.
He is a pro after all, so.
If anything, Kevin can take this experience and use it to get better himself. That game felt really fast. Like Anime Fan just took that kind of with ease.
We're going right back into it. Same characters. Oh no, Kevin's switching up to Bryn. Which makes sense because Bryn is just Kevin's bread and butter.
Three, two, one, brawl!
Now they're on Demon Island. Both using axe. A nice axe here though. And we know Kevin's axe. Kevin's axe ain't no slouch. But Anime Fan is just, you know, may be able to beat Kevin's axe. We don't know yet.
Games aren't enough even, just like last time, but Anime Fan is adept at separating himself, and it's looking like he's going for that right now as he's edge guarding an unarmed Kevin, and he gets him with the side stick. That had to be at like the farthest it could go, because that didn't even look like it hit him.
Yeah, it's that headlock, man. Brawlhalla hitboxes be it's like an illusion. You don't know where it's gonna actually hit. And Enemy Fan on guitars. We've seen the ditto match between Kevin and Enemy Fan. As you can tell, Kevin lost that. Ooh, wow, going underneath Enemy Fan, getting the. That was a little odd and unique, but it definitely worked. But if Enemy Fan was even a little bit faster, that could have been the first game, and Kevin's second stock would have been gone. Now this match is just both of them hopping over each other. Whoever can dare or sear them first. Maybe the best idea is to play grounded, wait for the other person to land, but I don't know. These guys are just playing at a level that I can't even dream to get up to.
Can't even comprehend with my platinum brain. Ooh. That was a really nice ground pound. Pretty sure he did that exact same combo in that exact same space and against somebody else, and like it didn't work, and he just goes for it again, and this time it reaps a lot of benefits. So great mental fortitude to try that again after failing so bad.
Wow. Kevin was on fire, and the Enemy Fan just shut him down so quick, so fast. Off a simple combo.
So fast, so furious.
He's like, you don't want that suck.
Come on, bro. PC, bro. You gotta, that's not. So he wasn't. He straight Debo this stuff. Took it.
He asked him, what are you gonna do about it? And Enemy Fan was just like, I'll show you what I'm gonna do about it.
Problem. Looks like Enemy Fan solved it.
Player one wins.
Switching to the Taros. This is a desperate pick if I ever seen one, but it's level 59. Maybe not. Maybe this is his true main.
Three, two, one, brawl!
This is potentially Kevin's last game. we don't know what he's gonna put with the Teros. After all, it's like our first time seeing the Teros. And if you see into the Wagner, he's been doing great with it after all.
We're looking at tournament match here potentially against the Teros. Like you mentioned, we haven't seen him like that. I don't remember if we... No, I believe we have seen this Teros. But, you know, obviously it's like out of his pool of legends, this is the one we've seen the least. And there's probably a reason for that. As, you know, he just lost his stock the fastest he has probably this entire tournament. But this is probably his least experienced legend here, but probably was like just trying to rack his brain, trying to figure out how he was gonna be anime fan. So he just went for it. Ooh, the side sig once again, and it looks like
anime fans actually just
the money already.
Yeah.
Anime fan, please slide the PayPal now.
That's the wonderful looks like you get no royalties. Royalty.
Listen, Mr. Wonderful, what's 100% of zero?
Yo. Oh man, Mr. Kim this like, I'll show you. Mr. Wonderful wants that money.
We've seen quite a bit of X gameplay, and like all of it has been pretty solid. Coming off of anime fan Kevin, and even now I'm blanking on his name here.
Anime fan Kevin? Mr. Wonderful?
The other dude, yeah, Shadow Jesus.
Oh,
another smooth match. We've seen quite a bit of that.
wow.
Player one win.
Yeah, that's the tournament. So
Yeah.
win yourself some money. You know, GWE tournaments, esports, every week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Be there. Make sure you check in. Do not forget. It's the same time every week. Nothing changes. So make sure you set that alarm.
Free, man. It's free. Can't forget about that part. It's free.
That's the best part about it. Some tournaments require you to put money in to potentially win some money. You don't got to put no money into this one.